I'm in frame. My technology is working. And it's week 8 for beginners yoga stretch. Welcome back. We're going to start standing as per usual, I guess. Feet hip distance apart or a little bit wider, totally up to you. I'm going to go a little bit wider today because we're closing our eyes and my balance is terrible, which is one of the reasons we're bringing in a mudra for that. Maybe. We'll see. Just come into your body, come into your mat, breathe. Hands can be wherever hands feel like being right now. They can have palms facing forward. They can be on your hips. They can be at your heart. You can have them hugging yourself. Maybe if you need a little hug. That actually feels kind of nice. I'm going to hug myself. And breathe. And maybe start to shift a little bit forward, coming onto the toes, a little bit backward. You can open your eyes if your balance is even worse than mine. Just getting used to the feet, the balance, getting the body challenged a little. Maybe shifting a little side to side. I come onto that weight like I'm a high school person. Super cool high school person. Just waiting. And shift onto the other hip. If I had a backpack, it'd be one strap in it. And a little bit back and forth. One strapping is terrible for you, by the way. Also, one shoulder bags, because I had one of those in high school. If you're hugging yourself, or you have your hands on your heart, switch. So the other hand or arm is on top. And we'll do hip circles. I thought I was very cool with my one shoulder bag. Turns out I was just giving myself neck problems. Hip circles the other way. Eyes can be open. My eyes are closed. And then coming back to neutral, release the arms. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up. Maybe you look up with the nose a little bit. Exhale, slowly let the arms come down, palms facing down. Arms come all the way to thighs. Inhale, lift the arms up, lift the nose. Exhale, arms down. The shoulder blades back and together, especially as the arms are coming down. Maybe tuck the chin into the chest when the hands come down. Inhale, big lift. Exhale, slowly coming down. Tuck the chin into chest as hands come down. Inhale in again, lifting the nose. Maybe a little back bend if you want it. Exhale, hands coming down, chin to chest. Shoulder blades back and together. One more big inhale through the nose as we lift the arms. Exhale, let the arms come down. Right hand to the hip. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, side bend over to the right. So you can push the hips out to the left a little bit if you want to, but you totally don't have to. You can stay relatively stable. Switch. Inhale up, left hand to left hip, right arm up. Exhale, side bend over to the left. Maybe push the hips out to the right, but you don't have to. Inhale, switch. Exhale, side bend right. Inhale, switch. Exhale, side bend left. Inhale, switch. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, switch. Exhale, side bend. Inhale through center, both arms up. Look up at the nose. Exhale, both arms down, tuck chin to chest. Lifting head up to neutral. Inhale, lift the arms to a T. Shoulder blades staying together close to the spine and coming down like you're activating in a V pattern. Shoulder blades are going to go V on that V. That's an extreme version. They're not actually going to move that far, but that's what you want to imagine down your back. On your inhales, get your spine tall. On your exhales, reach with the fingers towards the wall on either side of you, like you can touch it. You just reach far enough. And then little twists, keeping the arms out like you're just waving them along on top of the counter. A little twist to the right. Hips are going to stay stable. So just using abdominals, if you can imagine that, just to twist upper body a little bit. You're not going to move a lot. Like maybe 30 degrees over. Maybe. I don't have a protracted. Inhale to center. Exhale, 30 or less degree twist to the left. Inhale to center. Little twist over to the right. Inhale to center, little twist over to the left. Inhale, center, spine is super tall, really reaching up with the crown of the head. Exhale, little twist to the right. Exhale, no, inhale through center. What pattern am I on? Exhale, just twist to the left. Inhale to center, arms to the T. Exhale, release. Couple shoulder rolls. Inhale to come forward and up. Bring your shoulders to ears. Exhale, shoulders come back and down. And inhale, arms to T. Shoulders are back and down. Lift the fingers up so your palms are facing the walls on either side of you. Like if you're going to reach out, you're going to be able to smack the wall, push the wall away. If your wrists aren't tilting all the way back, totally fine. Very slowly tilt your right ear to right shoulder. Feel a stretch in the left wrist. Ugh. Don't have to go all the way down. Just to the point of a little bit of discomfort. Shouldn't hurt. Inhale, head to center. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. I was going to say left head. If you have multiple heads, please get a doctor's note before practicing this class. Inhale to center. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Inhale to center, left ear to left shoulder as you exhale. One more time. Either way, inhale to center, exhale, right ear to right shoulder. There we go. Inhale to center, exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Look, I have my body parts right. Inhale to center, and this time, keeping the palms facing outwards, switch so that your forearms are facing up, fingers are going to come underneath, palms are still facing the wall. You might have more range here, you might have less range here. Either is okay. Big inhale in. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Got it. Inhale to center, exhale, left ear to left shoulder. I'm nailing this now. Inhale to center, keep those shoulder blades back and down. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Inhale to center, exhale, left ear, left shoulder. One more time, inhale to center, exhale, right side. There we go, that's easy. Inhale to center, exhale, left ear, left side. Inhale to center, exhale, bring the hands together all the way in front. Clasp your hands, take note of whichever thumb is on top. Do a couple of wrist circles. Wave them around. Wave them over here. Wave them over there. Wave them down there. Wave them wherever you want, as long as they're moving. Imagine you've got some fireworks coming out of your hands. Woo! Yeah, it's celebrating. We made it to week 8 and it's spring. Fantastic. Release your hands, shake them out. Clasp your hands in front with the other thumb on top. Do I remember which one I did? I sure hope I did. Okay, this time roller coaster. I give you a direction and then I don't pay attention to it. Roller coaster the other way. Classic. And then we'll come to balance on our right foot. If you need to hold on to something, a wall, a chair, whatever you need for balance, do that. A couple of wrist circles with the left foot. And then knee circles. So bend the knee, obviously, you don't have to keep it straight. That's too difficult. And just good big hip circles. Sorry, not knee circles. Using your knee to lead. This is where it's nice to hold on to something on the right side. And hip circles other way. Would be really nice to be holding on to something. Again, not listening to my own direction. Other side, that's the left leg. Just a couple of ankle circles. I was going to say wrist. And the other way. I had my body parts and then I cursed myself. And then hip circles, leading with the knee, bent knee. They don't have to be that big. They can be small. They can be here. Little fast ones or big, slow, sustained circles, whatever you like. I'm on the other way. I'm not phlegmy, I'm just okay. Coming back to center, coming to a wide stance. As wide as you feel comfortable, it doesn't have to be ridiculously wide. Side bends again, this time inhale, arms to T. Exhale all the way over to the right, right hand towards right thigh. So you're coming into one big line on your left side, from left heel to left hand, hand to heel, whichever direction we're moving in. Inhale, big star. Exhale, stretch over to the left. Sorry about that. This time in a big line from right heel to right hand. Inhale to star. Exhale, side bend over to the right. Inhale to star. Exhale, side bend over to the left. I'm kind of windmilling, you don't have to. Inhale to center. Exhale, right side. Inhale to center. Exhale, left side. I mocked the anatomy gods, now I don't know my rights or lefts. Inhale to star, big stretch. Exhale, hands to hips. Lift the chest. Superman pose or super person pose. If you have a chair and you want to sit down on that chair, we're going to get into a little bit more hip mobility right away. That's right. So you can sit and do some windshield wipers, or you can do the standing version, coming into yonder dancer's stretch if you want to. Remember this one from previous classes? You've probably seen people do this as seen on TV. So internally rotating with that shoulder as you press back against the top inside of the thigh, or bottom of the inside of the thigh above the knee, not on the actual knee. Or you can sit in a chair or sit on the floor, do some windshield wipers. Up to you. This one's just fun. If you can do this one, it's great. Or you could be down here. You can absolutely do this version. And then we're going to head right back up to standing, which is why the standing version is preferable for today, because we're not done with standing. You can totally do this if you want to. One more, whichever version you're in, and then we'll head back up to standing. Boop. Coming to stand facing one direction at the top of your mat. Wondering where all this hair came from, and then I remembered I have a ponytail today instead of actually tying my hair back like a practical individual. Okay, coming into our Tadasana, palms facing forward. Big inhale in. Exhale out. Out the mouth, sigh. Briefly coming into a Hikini Mudra, we're going to bring fingers together. Fingers to touch, thumbs are going to come forward, bending the elbows, bringing it right so the pinkies will be a little bit above belly button level, or they can be a little bit lower if that's easier for the arms, for the shoulders. But basically, fingers point down. It's for life balance, but it's also for regular balance. Big inhale in through the nose. Exhale, sigh out the mouth. Release the hands. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, right foot steps back, coming into a small lunge. Or warrior one, whichever version you like. If you want to be up on that heel, it's a lunge. If you want to be down on the foot, So warrior one. If you're down on the foot, try and turn the toes out towards the right top corner of your mat. A little bit easier for the knee. Hold your lunge, hold your stretch. Feel it in the right side hip flexor. Keep the shoulders down and relaxed. Reach through the arms. Inhale, open the hands nice and wide. Exhale, step forward. Arms come down to Tadasana. Inhale, lift the arms up. Left foot steps back as you exhale to high lunge or warrior one. Lift up out of your left hip. Feel the stretch in the left hip flexors. You can't see my hand. Left side, this side, other side. The side not facing the camera. Inhale, reach with the arms and the hands, but shoulders stay back and down. Exhale, step forward, hands come down, palms face forward. Inhale, lift the arms up, shoulders stay down. Exhale, right foot steps back. Inhale, reach with the hands. Exhale, step forward, arms come down, big arm circle to Tadasana. Arms keep coming forward as we inhale, lift them up. Exhale, step back with the left foot. Inhale, reach with the hands. Big arm circle as you step forward, exhale, coming to Tadasana. Inhale, arms come forward. Exhale, right foot steps back. Ooh, don't fall over. Don't do what I do. Reach with the arms. This time on your exhales, open up into warrior two. So we're going to open up the back foot, pivot on the toes. Back foot is going to come parallel to the back of the mat. Arms come down. This time, our hips open. Or they theoretically should. Your stance can be as short as you need to here. Again, front knee is over front ankle. We're going to swing back through to our warrior one or high lunge. So come up onto the toes of the back foot. Pivot as you come through. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, step forward. Arms come down to Tadasana. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, left foot, step back. Inhale, reach with the arms. Come up onto the back toes. As you exhale, open up warrior two. Shoulders are back and down. Arms are reaching out at the T angle. Up onto the back toes to pivot. Inhale, coming through to high lunge or warrior one. Forgot what I was doing. Exhale, step forward, big arm circle to Tadasana. Inhale, reach the arms up forward. Exhale, right foot steps back. See if maybe you can step it back a little bit further. Inhale, reach with the arms, reach out of the right hip. Exhale, open up warrior two. Inhale, swing back to high lunge. Exhale, step forward to Tadasana. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, left foot steps back a little bit further if you can. Exhale, warrior two. No, wait, inhale first. Good job if you were confused. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, back to high lunge. There we go. That's how we breathe. Exhale, Tadasana. One more time each side. Big inhale with the arms coming forward, shoulders are down. Lift your spine. Exhale, right foot steps back as far back as you feel you can get it. Inhale, reach with the arms. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, back to high lunge. That's how we breathe. Fantastic. Exhale, Tadasana. Big arm circles here. One more big inhale with the arms up. Exhale, left foot steps back as far as you feel like you can. Don't fall. Inhale, reach with the arms. Still don't fall. Oh my God. Exhale, warrior two. Really, I need more balance. Inhale, coming back to high lunge. Woo-hoo. Exhale, Tadasana, top of the mat. Let's bring back that Hikini balance mudra. So fingers together, right in front of wherever is comfortable in your lower abdomen. Not too high. That's weird. Big inhale in through the nose. Exhale, sigh out the mouth. Press the fingers of each hand into each other. A little bit of tension in the arms, a little bit of that pressure. In through the nose, inhale. Sigh out the mouth. One more big inhale in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Release the hands. Inhale, swing the arms up forward. Exhale, right foot steps back. Inhale, big reach, stretch through the right hip flexor. This time, hands to hips as you exhale, straighten the front foot, your left foot, and lean forward. Left hamstring stretch. That's right, we're back. If you want to head down to the ground and do the ground version, you can absolutely do that version. I'm going to do the standing version because apparently I like falling into my wall. Inhale, coming forward, right hip flexor stretch. Exhale, settling back, left hamstring stretch or calf stretch, whichever stretches first. Inhale, right hip flexor stretch. Exhale, left hamstring stretch. Inhale, bend the front knee, coming into our right hip flexor stretch. Exhale, left hamstring stretch. One more time, inhale, right hip flexor stretch. Exhale, left hamstring stretch. And inhale through high lunge, or come back to high lunge if you were on the ground. Exhale, step forward, Tadasana. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, left foot steps back. Inhale, reach, feel your left hip flexor stretch. Hands to hips as you exhale, straighten the front knee, shift forward, right hamstring stretch. I got these body parts down. Inhale, high lunge, left hip flexor stretch. Exhale, right hamstring stretch. You're on the ground. Maybe looking more like this. Inhale, right hip flexor stretch. No, left hip flexor stretch. I got myself. Dang. Exhale, right hamstring stretch. See, this is what happens when you get prideful. Coming forward, left hip flexor stretch on the inhale. Exhale, right hamstring stretch, coming backward. Lesson in humility for me. I needed that. Oh. Inhale, coming forward, left hip flexor stretch. Exhale, right hamstring stretch. I think that was 5-ish, which is what we were doing. Back to our high lunge, inhale. And on the exhale, stepping forward to Tadasana. I gotta scoot because I did that very awkwardly. There we go. Coming back to standing. Inhale, lift the arms up. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Exhale, side bend over to the right. Inhale, come through center. Switch wrists, grab your right wrist with your left hand. Exhale, side bend over to the right. If you did that the opposite, right and left, that's totally fine. Apparently, I don't know my rights and lefts, my hands from my feet. Inhale through center. Exhale, let the arms come down. And I'll head on to the ground because that's going to be much safer for me. And I'm facing the opposite way now. I hope that's not confusing. Move my back. So much hair. Oh my God. Okay, onward. Couple of cat cows here. Inhale, let your belly drop. Head comes up. Pelvis tilts up. So head, top of the head, front of the head, and butt are going to be lifting up towards the ceiling. So your sacrum is going to lift up towards the ceiling. Exhale, use your belly button to lift your mid-back, pelvis tucks under, head tucks under. Sacrum is now facing the back of the wall, crown of the head theoretically facing the ground. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. The abdominals to drive the movement. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Probably can't move when you're inhaling. Come back to neutral spine. Look towards your right hip. A little bit of a stretch on the left side. We'll look towards your left hip. A bit of a stretch on the right side. Come back to center, stretching the calves. Right calf out. Cow, talking about calves. And again, static stretch if you want it, or a little saw back and forth. Whatever you feel like your body enjoys best. I'm going to take a static stretch today. Because static is easier to hold when you're not sure if you're balanced. And switch, stretching left calf. We're trying to spike that left heel towards the mat. Keeping the legs straight, knees straight for this one. Release, right side again. Stretching the calf, lifting the back of the right knee to the ceiling to keep the legs straight. And then very slowly bending the knee down towards the mat. See if you can actually get it to touch. You might feel this more on the foot. I did not. That's fine. Release. Left side. Straight leg first. Reach the heel towards the back of the mat. And then slowly bending left knee. And get it down towards the mat if you can. Boom. Touch. Made it. If you don't make it, maybe you have a better stretch than I do, because I'm not really feeling this. Coming back to all fours. Knees underneath hips, wrists underneath shoulders. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Exhale, back of right hand towards the lower back. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Exhale, dive it under. Right ear towards the mat. I was going to say right shoulder. Wow. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, back of left hand towards lower back. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, bring it to the mat. Use your left hand to lift as you unwind. Inhale, lift the right arm all the way up. Exhale, back of right hand towards lower back. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, right hand to the mat. And we switch. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left back of hand towards lower back. Yes, that's right. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, dive it under. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Exhale, back of right hand towards lower back. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Exhale, bring it to the mat. Use your right hand to lift as you inhale. The left arm comes all the way up. Exhale, back of left hand towards lower back. Yes, that's correct. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, hand to the mat. Just coming into the stretching now. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Exhale, dive it in. If you want to lift your left arm up and bring it to the back of your lower back, you can, or you can just hang out in this stretch for your right shoulder and back. And breathe into your right shoulder, breathe into your hips. And send your breath all the way down towards your sacrum, towards your butt, towards your hand if it's here. And then bring the left hand back down to the mat if it wasn't already. Inhale to unwind, lift the right arm all the way up. Exhale, bring it down to the mat. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Same thing on this side. Exhale, coming into our little twist. Doing what you would like with the right hand. If you want to bring it to the lower back, you can. Try and send all your air towards that hand, towards your butt. If you let go of a little air while you're here as well, totally fine, totally normal. Don't bubble up, let it go. No need to hold on to that. Bring the right hand back down to the mat if it's not already there. Inhale to unwind. Big stretch. Exhale, left hand to. And we'll come to lie down on our fronts. So however you want to get there, if you want to come through like a forearm plank, if you want to just lie right down. Taking just a little mini plank just for my shoulders. And then I'm going to settle down. And come right down. Do a social media plank. Yep. Drowning snow angel. Lift your arms overhead. Arms can trail on the ground or they can hover an inch or so above. Keeping your shoulder blades back and down. Remember the V. Like we're going to come down towards your lower back. Try and get your shoulder blades to go if you can. They will not physically do this, but that's the pattern. Activating these muscles in here, these here. Just letting the arms hover. Palms facing toward the thighs when they get here. Palms facing down as you travel. On the wall again. If there's any pain in the shoulders, and let the arms rest down on the floor. Totally okay, but just try and keep the shoulders lifted. It might just take some of the weight away from the shoulder. Your shoulder might not want to lift your whole arm. It might be a little much, which is totally okay. So if you let the weight of your hand rest, then the shoulders just lifting the arm. Just totally fine. Couple more times. Whatever breath you need, head can absolutely be fully resting on the ground. I have my forehead on the mat, or you can keep it a little bit lifted if you want to practice a little bit of a back bend, keeping crown of the head reaching towards the wall in front of you. Don't want to look all the way up. That might be a little much. You'll even have to be off the ground. And then bringing palms towards thighs. Bringing hands underneath shoulders. And slide your hands forward so the forearms come underneath. You elbows will be underneath shoulders, coming to a little Sphinx posture. Bringing the chest forward now. Lift the nose just a little bit. Press your forearms, press your elbows into the mat. Make sure your shoulders aren't shrugging up to be like I'm watching TV kind of posture. You lift away from your arms, lift away from your shoulders. And breathe. Bring your right hand towards center. Oop, just for a little support. Bend your left knee. See if you can reach back with your left hand and grab your left foot. If you can't, totally okay. If it feels like it hurts your back, you can definitely lie down and maybe reach towards it. If you can't grab it, that's fine. You can grab a strap if you want to, but we're not going to be there long enough for that. So another day, perhaps. Release the knee. Switch. Bring back through your Sphinx. Bring left hand in towards the center, just for a little support. Bending your right knee. Yeah, that's all right. That's the body part. Reach your right hand back. See if you can grab ankle or foot or pants. You can grab into your pants, whatever you're wearing. If you're wearing pants, you don't have to. You're practicing at home. I'm only wearing pants because I'm on camera. And I'm cold. Letting right knee down. Come back through Sphinx. One big breath here. Exhale, keep the chest lifted. And then release, chest down to the ground, hands come underneath shoulders. If you can, press up through one little plank. You can stay on your knees. And then if you lifted your knees, bring your knees back down to the mat, because we're gonna bring hips over top of knees, stretch the hands out, heart to earth pose, big stretch for the fronts of the shoulders. So either heart to earth or puppy posture. Again, with the face, you can come up onto the chin and look forward if you want to. Personally, I hate that. I put my forehead on the ground. My greasy forehead onto my freshly washed yoga mat. Yep. See if you can imagine a string at the sacrum, right at the base of the spine, pulling you towards the wall behind you. You're just going to get a little bit of a tug. pretty much coming from your butt. Like you want to sit down on your heels. That's just going to give you a little extra stretch in the shoulders. So to exaggerate, your butt's going to pull a little bit back. Gonna go whoop. If I were to allow myself to actually slide, I would pull my yoga mat backwards. That's kind of the image that you're thinking about. You don't actually have to slide. And breathe. Press into the mat with your hands, with your forearms, with your elbows. Come on up to all fours. Sit back on your heels for realsies now. And we'll bring the arms to a T again. Inhale, arms to T. Exhale, right hand up towards back, left hand towards lower back. See if you can get your fingers to touch. And breathe, lift the chest. If it's uncomfortable to be on the heels, you can come up onto the toes, or you can sit onto one side, totally fine. Whatever is comfortable for you on your feet and your knees and your hips. And then switch. Inhale, arms to T. If you were side saddle, switch to other side saddle. Exhale, left hand up, right hand to lower back. See if you can get your hands to touch here. I cannot, so don't you worry. Just breathe. Unravel the arms. Inhale, bring the arms to T. Exhale, let them settle down. Grab your pillows if you forgot to keep them nearby, because we're going to want them in a minute. And now it's on top of the bed, which cuts the sound. Should have learned that trick earlier. Okay. Grab all the pillows. All the pillows we want. I'm actually going to move my camera now because we're on the ground. I don't need to have such a wide frame. By wide, I mean tall. Yeah, okay. Let's do that. And we'll come to lie down on the back. Your back. The back. Our backs. Our collective back. Knees bent. Feet on the ground. Make sure your heels are just a little bit out of reach of fingertips. Maybe a little bit further. If you want to, squeeze your glutes. Use your glutes to lift your hips up. And then slowly settle down one vertebra at a time. Lift the right knee into the chest. Breathe. Maybe a couple ankle circles here. If you didn't get enough of it before, ankle circle the other way. Whoa, I didn't crack. No, there it is. Never mind. Okay. Keep speaking too soon. Then stretch right heel towards the ceiling. See how straight you can get that right leg. If it doesn't get totally straight, if it's a little bent, totally fine. Just reach with the heel first. And then point the toe towards the ceiling. See if you can reach behind right leg. Maybe you can pull it a little bit towards you. And maybe you can't. Maybe you're still here and you're just like, ooh, that's fine. You just want to stretch hamstring. One more hamstring stretch. Release the right leg down to the ground. Make sure your heels are just a little bit out of reach of your fingertips. Use your glutes to lift your hips as high as you can. Nice big glute bridge here. Inhale. And take a slow exhale, blowing out the candle. As you lower one vertebrae at a time, all the way back down. You know the drill by now. Your back. Relax. If you need to take a couple more breaths on the way down to make it even slower, or if you're just having trouble with breathing and you need to slow it down, that's fine. Bring your left knee into your chest. I'm not a breath tyrant. If you need to cheat, do so. It's not really cheating. A couple of ankle circles on the left. And the other way. made a joke in my other class. I was like, I'd be terrible in the military because I'd never be able to tell people they have to do anything. They're like, you don't feel like it? That's fine. And then stretch left heel up towards the ceiling. If you can get your knees straight, fantastic. If you cannot, do not worry about it. Reach with the heel first. And then point the left toes. See if you can get that knee either a little bit straighter, or if it's already straight, see if you can reach behind. Pull your leg towards you. Pulling from just below the knee. Knee joint is here. Pressure goes below the joint. Anatomically, it's above the joint, but gravity-wise, below. You can't really, most people can't reach up here. That's fine. Left heel down towards the ground. Make sure your heels are out of reach of your fingertips. Yep, glute bridge. Inhale all the way up. Exhale slowly all the way down. Now I realize I shouldn't have put my pillows here because we haven't done the non-drowning snow angel. So you can move your pillows if you want to, or you don't have to. You will. Bye. The furnace is back. The vent. Oh no. Okay. Palms facing up this time. Arms hover, or they can just graze the ground. You can bend the elbows if you want to, if you need to, in order to get them all the way up overhead. But try and keep light in the fingers. So it's a little more pec activation. Palms facing up until you get down towards thighs, and then face palms toward the thighs. Not like it's bad for your shoulders to keep the palms open. It's a yoga thing. We put the palms towards the thighs. It's what we do. Reaching all the way up. Whatever breath you need, or these ones, take these ones. Whatever breath gets you through the snow angel. Typically, it would be inhale up, exhale down. But if you need to take more breaths to make this movement as slow as possible, remember, there's a prize for the person who moves the slowest. Really use your abdominals here, pressing your belly button down towards your lower spine, your lower belly button. You can even use your feet to press into the ground a little bit. You can use a little bit of pressure if you need to there. Give yourself a little more stability to lift the arms, lift the shoulders. Keep really active in your lower abdominals. You might feel your pelvis tilting a little as you breathe. Totally okay, as long as it doesn't hurt. One more snow angel. Keep the arms up. And exhaling the arms down. Oh, that was too much air. See, I cheated. I used more breath. Totally fine. Release the arms. Squeeze your glutes, lift your hips, inhale all the way up. Exhale, release. This time, using the arms, incorporate lifting the arms up overhead, towards the ceiling first, and then over your actual head. Exhale, bring the arms back down. See if you can reach towards your knees. Maybe lifting the head a little bit, tucking the chin into the chest at least. And release. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, tuck your chin into your chest as you reach for your knees. You don't have to lift your head up. You can just tuck your chin. Like you're trying to get your chin into the sternal notch. Inhale, arms up. Head relaxes. Exhale, tuck chin into chest, reach for knees. Maybe lift head, maybe a little crunch. And back down to the ground. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, reach for the knees, tuck your chin into your chest, maybe lift the head, maybe a little crunch. And release. Inhale, lift the hips. With your glutes, glutes drive the movement. Exhale, slow release back down to the ground. I don't know what voice that was. I am sorry. No, I'm not. Couple glute bridges now, incorporating the arms. Inhale, lift the hips, lift the arms, coming up onto the shoulders here. If it feels okay for the neck. Exhale, slowly lowering one vertebrae at a time. Really reach the hands forward as you come through. You can totally leave your head on the ground. No need to do a crunch on this one. Inhale, arms and hips up. Exhale, make sure your back is relaxed as your vertebrae come down. Slowly release the glutes as you bring your hands back down to. One more, just like that. Big inhale in. Exhale, release the glutes. I keep thinking, release the Kraken, which works. Bring your right knee over left ankle, coming into glute stretches here. Reach behind left thigh. Bring left knee towards left shoulder. Flex right toes back towards right knee. Say that because I almost forgot. Might as well flex both toes back towards the knees. If you want to point the left, you can. Don't have to. Breathe. If you want to use your right forearm to give a little bit of pressure on the inside of the right thigh, not actually on the knee joint, but just above and below, you can. Fancy move. It's a very fancy move. And then release it. And switch. Left knee coming over top of right ankle. Yes, correct. Reach through, grab behind right thigh, flex left toes now back towards left knee or both toes, sets of toes towards both knees. And bring right knee towards right shoulder. Up to you if you want to keep right leg straight. Can. I like to be lazy, so I like to relax that leg. Again, if you want to use left forearm, the inside left thigh for a little extra stretch, you can, but you don't have to. Just because I do it doesn't mean you have to, especially when it comes to losing balance and falling over. And then release. Grab your pillows, one for either side of the knees, coming into reclined bound angle. I can get my pillows. Wow, that was a little bit of work. So make sure your heels are a little bit away from hands. They can be even further out if your hips are really tight. Bring your pillows in as close as you need, or your cushions, your blocks, your cardboard boxes, your chocolate tins, whatever. Palms of the feet together and open the knees. Coming to relax here. Remember, you should not actually feel a stretch in the inner thighs. You should not feel any tension in the hips. If you do, grab some extra pillows, block yourself up a little bit more. It should feel nice and relaxing. It should feel like you're just lying here doing nothing, theoretically. If you're like, I don't feel anything in this stretch, that's what we want, because we're going to be here for a little bit longer than 30 seconds. While we're here, Padma Mudra, our self-love mudra, bringing your pinky and thumb together and closing up the bottom of the hand, leaving the top 3 fingers of either hand available. And by available, I mean open. Making a lotus position with the hands. Either bring it right in front of the heart, or if you want to relax your hands a little bit and have your lotus facing up, you can absolutely do that too. You want to put some more pillows underneath your elbows? You can do that. I'm going to have mine at my heart. Keep breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Try and make your exhales as long and slow as sustained as you can. If you want to count, your inhales should be half the count of your exhales. So you can breathe in for a count of 2, exhale for a count of 4. You can breathe in for a count of 3, exhale for a count of 6. However much breath you have, just try and make your exhales a little longer. And by a little longer, I mean double the amount of your inhales. At the end of your exhales, finding that little core contraction. If you want to practice your pelvic floor breathing here, you can do that too. That helps to bring your Lotus Mudra, so your wrists are resting on your lower abdomen just a little bit below your belly button, so you know where your breath focus point is. You can do that. Might be nice if you're having your cycle, self-love. I love you, uterus, don't hate me. Just a few more breaths here. If your hips are starting to get sore, you can lift up out of the posture and then let the knees back down, or you just grab some more pillows, or you can just come out of it and you can just hang out and breathe here for a little bit. Just work on your deep diaphragmatic breathing or your pelvic floor breathing. And if you had your Lotus Mudra, release the hands, maybe a couple of wrist circles here. Reach up with the left hand. Palm facing down, technically away from you. Bend the wrist, bring the fingers towards you. So palm is now facing your body. Grab your fingers and just pull them in a little bit. So a little bit of a stretch for your forearm extensors, back of the wrist here. Keep breathing. Release the right hand. We'll stretch the left. Same thing, palm facing down and away from you. Bend the wrist so the palm comes to face your body. Grab your fingers. A little bit of a stretch for the back of the left forearm. There we go. Keep breathing. Bring that little activation at the end of the exhale. Your abdominal muscles. Release the left hand. Notice if you're feeling any tension in the hips. Notice if you're starting to lift your legs a little bit. If you are, try and focus on relaxing the hips. Let the knees go. Let the hips relax. If you are feeling tension, it might be possibly because you might be feeling a little bit of a stretch. Maybe you need a little more pillow. Grab some more pillow. Support your legs. Right hand up again. This time palm faces up towards the wall by your head. And open up your palm so it faces the ceiling. Grab your fingers, stretch for the forearm flexors this time. Keep breathing. Release the right fingers. Open up the left palm. Yes, facing up. Bring the fingers down so palm is facing the ceiling. Grab your fingers, stretch left forearm flexors. Release the left fingers. Bring your hands to your lower abdomen, just below the belly button. Keep breathing. I've got mine clasped. You can have yours loose, palms up, mudra, lotus mudra, whatever you want. Breathe into your hands and just rock your head a little bit side to side, like you're trying to rub the back of your head against the mat. And by trying to, I mean that's definitely the point. Rolling on the occiput. Notice if there's any tension in the suboccipital muscles. Or just notice if there's tension. I'll keep my fancy words to myself. And then bring head towards center. Bring the knees up. Maybe use the hands just to get behind the thighs. Give yourself a little assistance. Move your pillows out of the way. Maybe a couple windshield wipers just to get the hips moving a little. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can bring your knees in and just hug them. You can do a couple knee circles while you're here. This might feel nice for the lower back, especially if you have lower back problems, which I apparently do today. Apparently, I mean, I know I do. Apparently. Surprise, the thing that I've been dealing with is here. And then we'll get ready for legs up the wall. So get into your wall position or couch, chair, whatever it is that you're putting your legs on top of. If you're using a couch or a chair, you're just going to bend your knees, make sure your calves and feet are resting on top. Maybe grab a pillow. Support. Thank you. You're coming up to the wall. Scoot yourself up to the wall sideways first. Give yourself a little bit of a distance. You don't want to be too far away, maybe a foot or less, up to you. And then scoot sideways so your bum comes toward the wall. So you should be able to straighten your legs and keep them relatively relaxed. You'll still have a little bit of tension in your legs, but if you're too far away from the wall, your knees will just crumble. Try and keep your legs relatively straight. I'm going to tuck myself on either side in my pillows. I like to nest. I like to feel comforted. If you need a pillow for your head, grab a pillow for your head. You can also put it underneath your hips if you want to. I'm going to ignore the extra pillow because I didn't need that today. And open the arms out to a T, palms facing up. Point and flex the toes here for a little bit, just get a little bit of action in the legs before we relax. You can also, if you want to, bring the hands up and do a couple more wrist flexes, wrist circles, just a little more movement. Wrists before we relax. And bring the arms back out to a T. Bring your legs into your up the wall or up the couch position. It's up to you if you want to have a little bit of a flex in the feet or a little bit of a point. I'm going to do a little bit of a flex today. Oh, that feels nice for me. Nice little calf stretch. And again, you can practice your activation, the exhale, just abdominal activation, or pelvic floor breathing, just for another couple rounds. We'll just do a little more focused breathing. So whichever your preferred breath is right now. You want to bring in a little ujjayi breath, a little constriction in the back of the throat. You absolutely can, but it's not necessary. And then start to relax the breath. Relax anything that was holding tension, unless it's tension that's keeping your legs in place and it's necessary to have a little bit. Relax as much as you can. Bring your arms a little bit closer to your sides, maybe palms facing up and at your sides if you can. I'm on top of my pillows here, which is not ideal, but I'm doing it. Or you can give yourself a hug. A little bit more self-love. And just let your breath fall into a natural breath pattern. And you can stay here for a few minutes, 10 minutes if you want to. You can crawl off into bed. And just remember to keep your breath and your ab activation as you go through life. And stay very, very hydrated and love yourself if you can. Just try not to actively hate yourself is the point. Thank you so much for practicing with me today and for the last 8 weeks. Unless you're watching this online, week 3 is missing, so thanks for practicing for 7 weeks. And I'll see you. Did I say stay hydrated? Stay hydrated. That's important.